All right, looks like I'm live. Today I want to do a podcast for you because I said in the last one I was going to try to do one every month, whether it's 10 minutes or 30 minutes or however long. My nose has been really stuffed up here in the Northwest. We've been getting a lot of snow, and now it's starting to thaw out, so now we're having flood warnings for all the snow melting. So I thought this would be a perfect time to do a quick little podcast. I wanted to talk about concealed carry, and I've been getting a lot of weird feedback, and I've been reading a lot of strange things about concealed carry, and it seems like a lot of people are putting people down if they don't carry like a 9mm or a 45. And in my opinion, if you're going to carry like something small like 380 or smaller, as long as you carry it daily, I could care less what you carry, honestly. It's carrying daily with a proven design. If you carry a 25 ACP and it's junk and jams and doesn't run, well, maybe you need to upgrade to something else. And people will ask, so you support somebody carrying a 25 auto? I'm like, yeah, if they're carrying it every day, I'm all for it. If that's the biggest gun you can carry comfortably, then it is what it is. You might work in, I always use the business analogy where you have somebody who works in an office building and you wear a shirt and tie and some kind of dress pants, and you gotta, these guys are dressed up really nice and professional, and carrying inside the waistband might not be the way to carry, so maybe that guy carries in the pocket, and maybe he just feels comfortable carrying like a 25 or a 32, and that's the biggest thing he can carry. I tell people, hey, go for it. But I also tell people that I hope that's not your main carry gun. I mean, my carry gun that I carry all the time is that 9mm XDS, but I also have a Ruger LCP2 in 380. That's my deep carry gun when I can't carry. When I'm carrying in a place where it's not illegal to carry per state law, but it might be a place where they don't allow firearms, so I don't want to cause any problems. So I just conceal carry like a deep carry pocket pistol, like a 380, which is what the Ruger LCP is there for, and it's carried maybe less than 10% of the time anyway. And I tell people, if you have to carry a 32 or a 25, I hope that's not your main carry gun, like I was just talking about. And usually it's not. Usually they just carry that to somewhere where they're not allowed to carry. But like I said, they're not violating state laws. It's more of like a policy in their building that they work in that no firearms are allowed. And I don't advocate breaking the law to carry a gun. If you're going to use a pocket pistol or some kind of micro pistol, hopefully it's because you don't want to be seen carrying a larger gun, because you could either lose your job over it. But I'd like to get your guys' thoughts on that. I also see a lot of people bashing people if they carry this or carry that, then they're stupid or dumb. I tell people, if it's a proven design and if you go out and shoot about once a month with it to stay proficient with it, I'm all for it. I mean, if you're going to carry a 22 long rifle, well, I tell you not to. I'm not a big fan of rimfire for concealed carry. I try to get you to upgrade to a 25 or a 32 bare minimum. But if you're carrying it daily and you practice with it and it's been reliable for you, then who am I to tell you not to do it? I can only recommend something else for you, but in the long run, you, the consumer, are going to have to carry what you feel comfortable with. We even talked about holsters. Like a buddy of mine wants to start carrying his Smith & Wesson Shield in a shoulder holster. And I told him, I was like, well, that's going to be difficult to get to when it's under your shirt. But he said he wants to wear it because when he wears a shield inside the waistband, like many of us carry a concealed carry firearm, he doesn't like sitting in his car. He said it gets uncomfortable. I told him, well, why don't you just go to bigger pants or something? But if he really wants to go to a shoulder holster, well, I hope he trains with it and practices with it to where he can get it out quickly. And hopefully, like right now in the wintertime, he could wear it under a jacket. So he wouldn't have to wear it under a shirt. He'd just wear it under his jacket. But if he has to take his jacket off, and then there's a problem right there. And I'm sure there are other YouTubers who have discussed this as well. But the key here is to have consistent carry. And I have other friends who have a concealed carry permit who don't carry all the time. And their excuse is, well, at my job, I can't really carry, so I don't. I leave the gun at home. And that's when I say, get a micro pistol, something. A 25 auto to the face is going to make people stop attacking you. And, that's what I'll say about 25 auto. You start putting 6-7 rounds into somebody at point blank range. Hopefully they'll leave you alone. And it just amazes me how many people have a concealed carry license, but yet you're like, what do you carry? Oh, I carry a 1911. I was like, well, where is it? Oh, it's at home. It's like, okay. I got my little Springfield XDS single stack 9mm, and what's funny is the guy making fun of me for carrying that isn't even carrying a gun at all. So yeah, wrap your head around that one. I've also seen people talking about this constitutional carry, how it should be in every state, and then there's a lot of people talking about how everyone should be able to carry so they could defend or protect innocent people. And I've gotten into debates about protecting innocent people as a concealed carrier. In my opinion, I don't carry a pistol to protect others. I carry a pistol to protect me and my loved ones and friends and family. But I'm not out there going, well, if stuff happened right now on the other side of this store, I want to run in there like John Wayne and save the day. To me, my analogy is, if I'm at Walmart and stuff's going down at the front of the store and I'm at the back of the store, I'm looking for the fire exit and getting the hell out of there. I'm not going to run up in there like John Wayne and just start, trying to take on bad guys. If the threat is away from me and I'm not in that affected area, and if there's no threats near me and there's no threats blocking my exit, I'm out. I told that to other people. Like I even use the another analogy where, say you're at a mall and you hear gunshots on the other side of the mall, and you're like, well, I guess I'm leaving the store now. So you leave. You're not going to run towards danger. And I tell people, don't do that. And then I talk about how protecting innocent people. And I say, well, these other people who are not carrying, why are they not carrying a firearm? They have the rights just like we do. Like here in Washington State, it's real easy to get a concealed carry firearm or a concealed carry license and a concealed carry firearm. I mean, with the permit, you don't even have to wait the 7-day period. And now I'm not talking about like kids or felons or people who cannot possess a firearm. So I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about the able-bodied people who are over the age of 21 who can buy a pistol and who can get some kind of a pistol training, who decide not to, but yet they want someone to protect them with a pistol. Whereas I just look at them like, why don't you learn how to protect yourself with a pistol? And I've talked about that in my other podcast titled You Are the First Responder, where when stuff happens immediately right in your area or in the proximity of you, you are the first responder, whether you like it or not. And it's something, I don't know, I just have a problem with people wanting other people with guns to come save the day when they themselves are not prohibited from having a firearm and defending themselves with a firearm, not owning a firearm. And that's one thing I just don't understand. Maybe you guys can comment on there on why other people don't carry a gun when they are allowed to, but they choose not to. So that's something I've always had a big problem with. And I don't know, other people just irritate me when they're like, oh, I don't feel comfortable carrying a gun. I'm like, why? I don't understand. There's so much training available, and there's such a variety of guns to carry that, I mean, you can go to a little 5-shot revolver with an extremely heavy trigger pull, or you can even go to a little 9mm that has double action only, like the Sky CPX2, which has extremely heavy trigger. You can even go to like the 9mm shield, which with the safety, so you can have a safety on there too, which I'm not for. But like I said, as long as you're carrying, if that's what it takes for you to carry a gun, to buy a gun with like a bunch of safeties on it, then fine. But I just see so many people who are able-bodied who don't carry a gun, and I don't understand it. It's just something that's beyond me. I mean, with things happening in the world today, with shootings and things like that, and going out into a public area, especially if it's a crowded area, I don't understand why people don't want to carry a gun. But anyway, guys, my phone's ringing, and I think that's my work calling me, so I'm going to stop the podcast, and hopefully I'll see you guys next month. Thanks for listening.